my name is Jason JROCK Houston. You guys are listening to an interview tonight being done for Chaotic Riffs magazine. We can be found on the web, of course, at www.chaoticriffs.com. Tonight it's my pleasure to be speaking with Straight Line Stitch lead singer Alexis Brown. How are you doing tonight, Alexis?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, now I got to be honest that until your publicist got in touch with me about doing the interview, I've never heard of a band, but I then went to do some research on the band, and I went straight to your website. I was pretty impressed with some of the songs that you had posted there, and so I guess the best place to start off with is Straight Line Stitch. Was that an existing band, or is this a band you formed?
No, actually, Straight Line Stitch was a band that I joined around 2004. The band has been a band since like '99, I believe.
Oh, okay. And so then you're the band's second lead singer, is that correct?
I'm sorry?
So you're the second lead singer the band has had?
Yeah, actually, they had two male singers before me.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask about that. So, do you know, did they initially have an idea when it came time to look for a new lead singer? Did they have an idea of getting a female, or is it just they felt that you were the best singer that came to audition?
No, you know what? Actually, like we traded shows out a couple times. You know, we got them shows in my hometown of Clarksville. I was in the band, and then they helped us out in Knoxville, getting shows and stuff, and we just became friends. So when we were kind of having like breakdowns in our bands, we would kind of talk back and forth. So it kind of just happened where like my band was kind of falling apart, and they weren't really happy with their singers and stuff. So they asked me if I wanted to audition, and I was just like, I want to audition. So I made the jump, and it just kind of went on from there.
That's kind of cool. Rather than joining a band of a bunch of people that you don't know, it's kind of cool that you needed a gig and you're able to join your friend's band, and you kind of know the guys already. So that must have been a great thing.
It was. We kind of just clicked. It's something weird about it. I say it had to happen because it's just the way we clicked. It was meant to happen, and I've never regretted it. Ever since I saw them live, this is before me, and I watched them play, I felt something. I was like, I want to be a part of this band. I don't know how it's going to happen. Some shape or form has got to happen. And it's just weird that, opportunity popped up, and I ran. I grabbed it with both hands. And
so it's kind of interesting being that the previous singer was a male. I was kind of curious, when you joined up with the guys, did they allow you to come in and kind of sing the material and make it kind of your own, or did they want you to kind of stay true to how the original singer sang the songs?
No, they wanted me to just be me. I think that's what they wanted. They wanted a whole new sound, I think, because I think the previous singers, all they did, I call them singers, they never sang.
Yeah.
They just screamed, and I think they wanted more diversity in their music, so, they heard me sing, and they heard that I could scream, so they just, got to be a good idea to go with me.
Oh, cool. And so you guys are from Knoxville, Tennessee, I understand. So I was curious, what's the rock scene like there these days?
Well, actually, it's been a while since we've actually lived in Knoxville.
Oh.
The band's roots are definitely Knoxville. That's where the band was born, and, Knoxville, that's the base of Straight Line Stitch. But, we've had so many members, over the years that we've kind of hailed from everywhere.
Okay.
So, I'm unsure of what the Knoxville rock scene is today, because it's been such a long time since I've been back there.
And so do you guys are you relatively close to one another? Does it make it difficult to get together and record, or do you do a lot of stuff like through a computer, like a lot of bands these days?
That's exactly what we do. We do a lot of stuff through computer, like, email songs
and
stuff. And, we usually get together 2 or 3 days before actual tour, and we'll rehearse then and then hit the road. But everybody lives out of state, so it's just kind of convenient to use computers to communicate with one another.
And so, what's that process like? Even the songwriting, like as you guys are trading files back and forth, and then once you hear the completed song, I mean, that must be kind of like an interesting process.
Yeah, it's almost like I compare it to like building a human body.
There you go. That's it.
Kind of got to lay down the bones and stuff, and kind of fill in the organs and everything else with like the writing and stuff. And it usually comes together pretty well. We call it like pre-production, because it's usually just like the song will sound like like a video game. Like, think of like a Atari video game. Like guitars will sound like that. Like it'll sound so bad. But once that's how we get things down. It's like I guess they do it in tabs or whatever, and it usually just comes together when we like actually sit in a room and actually like breathe life into the song, and then we go from there and decide, this fits, this doesn't,
And as far as the songwriting, like I would assume since you're the singer, but you're the main songwriter, but you write the lyrics at least.
Yes, I write all the lyrics. Yeah, I usually after they're done like putting music together and they get like a solid base, they'll send it off to me, and I'll just kind of go on my own and then throw lyrics at it. So
usually the way it's done is they will send you the music first, and then your lyrics are kind of inspired on the music.
No, it's different for us. Usually the music comes first.
Okay.
And then I throw lyrics at it.
Yeah. But like when you're writing a particular song, do your lyrics always come after you hear the music the band has come up with, or any of your lyrics based on like life experiences or things that you've read in the paper, or anything like that?
Oh, well, definitely. My lyrics definitely come from like life experience and stuff. I used to just write all the time. I would have like a notebook of lyrics. But I found it better to like wait till I get the music and listen to the music, and the music kind of dictates what I write.
Okay.
So it usually definitely comes from something I've experienced or something I've seen.
And as far as writing, does it come easier to you, like when you write alone, or do you prefer to collaborate with other people?
I prefer myself to write by myself.
Oh, okay.
I prefer to just do that.
Okay, and
by myself with no help. I find it better because no one can tell my story better than I can.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And so, being one of the newer members of the band, especially the front woman of the band, I got to ask. I always believe that everybody brings something to the table in any given band we're talking about. So, being the new singer, what kind of influence do you feel that you brought into the band?
What's that? I don't know. I felt like I brought me. I don't want that to sound like
no.
Like, well, I brought myself.
No. I guess what I'm asking, a better way to ask it is like, are you all into the same type of music? Like, is one guy into punk, or you maybe into hard rock, or do you bring a different element than what they had before, kind of?
Well, yeah, because before I even joined like a band, period, I was like, I wanted to do R&B.
Okay.
I wanted to be an R&B singer. So I think all of our backgrounds are very eclectic. So we all bring something very different to the table.
Yeah.
So I think I bring some of that R&B flair, and I love oldies, and I love whatever sounds good. So I definitely think we all bring something totally different to the table.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like you said, everybody's got different life experiences, and when you get any group of 4 or 5 people in a room together creating something, each individual is going to bring something different to the picture.
Exactly.
And now you have this new album called Transparency. I wanted to ask about that. It's coming out, I understand, on Pavement Entertainment. It's coming out June 30th. I was kind of interested about, first of all, the title, Transparency. That usually is something that you can like see through it. It's obvious, clear. That's kind of a unique title. One word that sums it up. Any specific meaning behind that title?
Oh, definitely. I guess, as I've said like numerous times, like we, at a point in time, we lost everything. We had a big fall from grace. We lost label management and all that stuff.
Wow.
And we had no one. There was like no hope, nothing. Everything seemed so bleak. But then we started writing. We decided, hey, let's test the waters with this EP. Let's put out an EP. So we started writing, and the songs are pretty much like a light at the end of a very, very dark tunnel. So we kind of grabbed a hold of the new music and just said, it's all or nothing, and that's pretty much where Transparency, the name came from. We kind of had an epiphany. We saw things clearer than we ever saw before. It was just like, this is what it's all about. It's not about, so much the label and management and everything else. It's about, making music. And getting back to the basics of making music. And
I got to ask you, because coming from your previous situation of losing the label, the management, and all that, What do you see different in the label with Net Payment Entertainment? Because to me, that's a great little up and coming label. They're doing a lot of great stuff. So, how did you guys hook up with them?
Through a mutual friend. Definitely gave us the hookup with Tim. We sent him the demo, and he loved it. He got behind us right away. And the difference between Payment Entertainment and our previous, just the label that we were with, it was, I think they were so much trying to make us into something that we weren't. I think they were trying to, I don't know what they were trying to do, trying to mold us or something.
Yeah.
With Pavement, it's just they take us as we are. This is why we signed you, because this is who you are, not because this is another label and we want you to be somebody totally different. Somebody we can capitalize on, make money on, whatever. And that just wasn't us.
Yeah.
It will never be us.
Yeah, and I think part of a reason for that is because Tim King is also the bass player in the band Soil, and so
exactly.
So you got a label that is being run by a fellow musician, a guy that's been doing it for years. He's been through the trenches, so to speak. So he's a perfect person to be running this label, to be signing these bands, because as opposed to a guy in a suit who's not a musician, just looking to cash in. You don't necessarily have somebody telling you, go back. I don't hear a single. I don't hear anything commercial here. Nope. And I think that makes a difference when you have somebody that's an actual musician. They've been through the same things as you guys, so they kind of have been through that already.
It makes a whole lot of difference, because it's like with Tim, we don't have to explain why we need something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he gets it already. So we say, hey, Tim, we need such and such. He's already on it. He knows. Yeah. So the synergy is great.
And the other cool thing I think about the label, besides having a musician, behind it, is the fact that he's a bass player from Soil. They're a metal band. He could have started a label where he signs nothing but metal bands. He's got rap acts. He's got every kind of act you can imagine on there, which I think is just a very smart move.
Oh yeah, I think you should never ever pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah.
That's like shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of labels do. A lot of band, a lot of even rock fans are like, oh no, Motley Crue, they're a band from yesterday. They're dinosaurs. They're on their way out. But to me, I still like the bands I grew up on. If the music is good, I don't time capsule myself. I don't allow myself to like what's trendy or whatever. If I like it, I like it. I let my ears.
You like it, yeah.
Let my ears judge for myself, and that's kind of what I enjoy about getting the opportunity to interview bands like you. Like I said, until the publicist told me about your band, I checked the band out. I liked it. I thought, wow, this is a great new band, a band I might not have otherwise been exposed to, and I kind of want to spread the word, and that's to me what it's all about, rather than kind of I'm gonna put up a stinky CD review or something, because I would rather spend my time at least spreading the word about bands that I think got some talent or that more people should know about, and that's what it's about for me, anyways.
That's awesome. I think that's a good thing. Like you can actually get behind something that you actually believe in.
Because it's a type of thing that like even Straight Line Stitch in your case, if it's something you're involved in, if it's something that you believe in, you're going to do a better job at promoting it. Even like you probably got people helping you promote the band, but you guys I'm sure involved in your Facebook page and everything and stuff and nobody can promote your band better than you can.
Right, exactly, and that's why we made this record, because it was just like we definitely had support. We came from support and help. When we first.
Uh-huh.
We had to work really hard to get management and label. But after we got management and label, we kind of got lax. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
We were just like, oh, well, they'll take care of it. They'll take care of it. Blah blah blah. And we kind of learned a really rough lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you said, nobody's gonna be able to take care of you better than you. You know what I mean? So we had to get back to the basics of life, doing things ourselves.
Okay, and now I was kind of curious. You were saying that you kind of grew up, or you were influenced largely by R&B artists. So, who are some of those R&B people that influenced you when you were growing up?
Oh gosh, definitely like some of my favorites in the R&B genre would definitely be like Sade, Aaliyah. I mean, even it goes back to like Otis Redding. I love his voice.
Oh yeah.
I love voices. I mean, I just love like when a voice has certain character. definitely big fan of, like, my favorite singer on the planet actually is, like, Stevie Nicks.
Oh, wow.
Mac, so.
Yeah, of course.
But Tina Marie, like, her voice is amazing. Her range was rest in peace. But yeah, there's so many that I really admire.
And
what they do, what they brought.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because kind of being in a band like Straight Line Stitch is not a total R&B act. How did you kind of get to that point where you said, okay, well, I have an opportunity to join this band, but I'm heavily influenced by this R&B stuff, but I'm going to take this opportunity rather than be a total R&B artist?
Well, you know what? I credit my brother for that because I guess I had like tunnel vision. I just wanted R&B. That's all I wanted to do, and I was kind of just like very closed-minded to anything else. And it was my brother who actually he was listening to Korn and Pantera and White Zombie.
Yeah.
I really got influenced by Korn. That's what made me I gravitated to them because when I was in school, I was I couldn't really relate to love songs and things like that.
Yeah.
I hadn't experienced anything like that. I was kind of bullied and I was ugly duckling and stuff. So I really gravitated to Korn, and Korn was the band that made me want to join a band and perform and stuff. I wanted to be Jonathan Davis. I tried to mimic everything that he did. That is until I found my own identity.
Yeah.
But I definitely give credit to my brother for jumping into metal, and I just kind of fell in love with the genre.
That is a totally cool thing because that's kind of the stuff we were talking about earlier in the interview, which is what everybody brings to the table. Who knows where your career might have gone otherwise, but you had the chance to join this band and you went with it, and see if it kind of success means different things to different people. But I mean, to me, you're somewhat successful in that you got signed to Pavement Entertainment. They're a pretty good upcoming label. You got an upcoming tour. So hopefully things are only going to move on the way up for you. So, and again, so now that you're a part of a band, you can bring that R&B influence into the band and kind of have a R&B metal thing going, and you can turn all the metal kids on to R&B maybe.
Yeah, music is always evolving. There's so many genres, subgenres. I get lost with it all. So music, I think, is going to continue to evolve. So you just never know. I just knew at the time I didn't want to be just another, black girl singing R&B, get lost in the shuffle. I wanted to step out and do something different. And it wasn't, you had Tina Turner did rock. What I mean? And she paved the way for doing rock, being a black, singer, doing rock at that time. I wanted to be like her. I wanted to step out and do metal, because it wasn't, at the time when I was doing it wasn't really embraced a lot. It was still, this genre was dominated by, male, and mostly, Caucasian males, doing metal.
Yeah, well, you bring up a good point there. Let me ask you, because, a couple names come to mind when you think of, black artists. I mean, there's a guitar player, Tony McAlpine. You got Living Colour, of course, of course, Jimi Hendrix. But I got to be honest, in talking to you, I can't think right now of, another woman metal artist. So I think you're, kind of in the forefront, and so I say more power to you,
Yeah, we're coming up.
And let me,
that, maybe I'll start something.
And let me ask you, in that regard, throughout your career, coming up and trying to make it in the music world, what have you had a harder time dealing with? Have you had more problems with people, excuse me, but because of your race, or just the fact that you're a woman?
I think I've had a harder time. And I've gotten asked this question a lot, and I always say, well, I think I've been oblivious or whatever, but I think the hardest thing that I've had trouble with is being accepted for just me, myself, as being a singer of a metal band.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not sexy enough, or I'm not showing enough skin, or whatever, and it's that's never been something that my band has been about.
See, I got it.
Yeah, I'm a female, and I embrace being a female, but, it's not, we're not selling sex. We're selling our music. We're putting out ourselves, and I think that's been one of the toughest things that I've struggled with being in this genre. Is it's being more accepted now, females and metal, but it's being more accepted because you're beautiful. You know, you're a beautiful woman doing metal. You know, I want to be like, just like anybody else, any normal musician. Hey, you're awesome because you freaking, you know your instrument. You know how to sing. You know, like, And that's something that's been tough for me because I don't really consider myself like, you know, this hot, amazing, sexy female. You know, it's been tough because I just want to be known for what I bring to the table, not for what I look like.
And let me ask you, where do you think that comes from in the sense of like I gotta tell you, like right now as I'm talking, I'm looking at the press release your publicist sent me. It's got a picture of you with the band, and to me, looking at it, you're pretty attractive woman. You're definitely covered up. Now, I gotta say, initially, it's hard for me to tell. Like I'm looking at the picture, and I'm like, she looks like she could be. You know, she's got real light skin. Looks like she could be black. Looks like she could be Filipino. And then not that matters, but I guess the point I'm making is, have you been told all your life by people that you were attractive, or because you know, to me myself, as I look, you're quite an attractive woman. I'm kind of surprised that you kind of got that opinion of yourself.
Definitely in school, I got it big time. You know, really a lot. Like, but I mean, everybody gets teased in school, and that's not something I use as a crutch. You know, it's just more so. I feel more passionate about my music and us being known because we're actually good at what we do more than like what I look like, you know. But that's what it is nowadays. To be accepted is like, it's so much about your image and your gimmick than it is about music or talent, and that kind of blows.
Wow, I'm impressed to hear that because you know a lot of musicians, especially you know females like you said, go the opposite way and they know, hey, sex sells. We're gonna, you know, you got Mariah Carey wearing, you know, her short shorts, whatever, in all her music videos. So, you know.
I don't mean to like knock anybody else, and I'm definitely not trying to do that. Cause
No.
Everybody's hustle is their own. You know, we don't all walk the same path.
Yeah.
So it's not right for me to judge anybody, but I'm just saying, like, for myself and my band, you know, that's not what we kind of like. That's not what we're about.
Okay, I hear you. And you know, to get on a more positive topic, what kind of reaction do you get from people like that you meet after the shows? I mean, you must have fans coming up to you and saying, "Hey, you know, you put on a great show," or whatever. What's that been like for you?
You know, in a word, it's humbling. It's always been humbling to me, where somebody just they really absorb what you do, and they come and they tell you, and it's just like you can see how genuine they are. You know, you can tell somebody's like BSing you or whatever, but you can always tell when somebody comes in and it's like they really enjoy what you do. You know, so it's very humbling to me. And
since you joined the band, I was curious, how accepting do you feel that the fans have been towards you? You know, being the new singer and all.
They've been great. I mean, if it wasn't for our fans and the fan base that we have, like, we would have thrown in the towel a long time ago. And believe me, there were times where it was very close to happening. But, you know, maybe a fan reached out and said, please don't stop doing what you're doing. Don't ever stop making music. And, you know, maybe it was that one fan that kept us going, you know. So the fans are life and blood to us.
And the new CD, Transparency, that comes out June 30th now, is this the first recording the band has put out with you?
No, actually, we've been on when we were signing stuff, we put out a record, When Skies Wash Ashore, and then we put out part of our lives. And we have several, like, I think EPs or another full length out there floating somewhere before we even got a record deal. So there's a couple albums out there with me on it.
And so is there any chance that is that stuff still available or is it out of print? You know?
There's some stuff that's out of print, but I believe you can still find a lot of our old stuff, like floating around, you know, on iTunes and stuff.
And has there been any talk, like if a new album sells really well, that Pavement may be able to re-release any of older material?
You know, I'm not sure. I would like to think so.
Yeah.
That would kind of make sense, you know, but you never can tell.
And then the next obvious place to go, I see you guys have some tour dates coming up. Are you just headlining shows, or are you touring with anybody specifically?
Actually, today is the first day of the Civil Unrest tour. Like, we're supporting El Nino and a bunch of other kick butt bands. So, yeah, that actually starts today. There in South, they had just played already. So.
Okay. And so where are you guys on the bill? Are you like the opening act? Or are you midway through?
We are direct support to El Nino.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you go on right before them. Now, the last thing I wanted to ask, could you give me any history on how the band came to be named Straight Line Stitch?
Oh, I wish I could say some awesome, amazing, great story, but in reality, like, the name was created before I even joined.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
It was like misinterpreted lyrics.
Okay.
So somebody listened to a song and they thought that they said, "Oh, what was that Straight Line Stitch? That sounds pretty cool." And they all were like, "Yeah, that's cool. That's let's name ourselves Straight Line Stitch." That's what I've been told. So,
okay. Well, I kind of figured that.
Awesome story, but
I kind of figured that, but the reason I asked is because in looking at the name, it's definitely a name that stands out. It's kind of like, oh, I wonder how they named that, but hey, that's a cool sounding name. So that's why I was asking about that.
It's got a ring to it.
Yeah. And so I really suggest that anybody gets a chance when this record drops on June 30th, go check it out, and I imagine they can get physical copies like at Best Buy and online.
Oh yeah, they can get them. We're selling them in Best Buys across the country, as well as it's on Amazon. It's definitely on iTunes. So I mean, they can pretty much get it anywhere. And
if people, I imagine they could get it at the live shows. Like, and do you guys have any merch you're selling, like T-shirts or anything?
Oh yeah. And we always hang out, so people get to talk to us. They get to like come up and be like, they want their CD signed or they want pictures. Like, we are totally down to hang out. That's what we do.
Well, Alexis, I really enjoyed talking to you, and I know you guys got a show tonight, so I won't keep you much longer, but I'd really like to thank you for taking time to do this interview, and I really urge you to keep this contact info, and anytime you'd like to do another interview, I'd really enjoy talking to you, and I just hope I didn't get too personal, but I must tell you before I let you go that this is one of the more interesting interviews I've done in a long time, and I hope I didn't talk your ear off, but one of the things I found is the best interviews are where the conversation just flows, and because I've interviewed several people where it's like yes, no, but I found you to be very very interesting. So and you got a great story to tell. So I wish you and the band all the best, and the interview itself should probably be going up in about 3 to 4 weeks. I'll be sure to let Shauna know when it goes up, and really let's do this again. So thanks so much.
Oh no, thank you for having me. And I really enjoyed talking to you, Jason. I can't thank you enough for just having me and making the time to do this.
Oh, anytime. Like I said, my pleasure. You have a great show tonight, and we'll be talking.
Awesome. You have a birthday.
Okay. Bye.